All right, here we are, everybody. We are back in our tutorial. And if you guys remember, our first tutorial, this field here was the field that we showed you how to create, right? So let me just kind of show you. So right now, we have a harvest of wheat that is ready. And if you notice, it's at 100% fertilized, 98% yield bonus. Now that 98% is not 100 because we don't we did not have a crop in the field that we could mulch. Okay? So, what we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to create your own wheat harvest, and this can be applied to any crop. Doesn't have to be just wheat. You can do oat, barley, it doesn't make a difference. Now, what I do want to do though first is I want to show you what you need to do in order to get it to 100%. All right, so actually, let's do this. Let's get a bigger roller maybe. What do we need? 160 for that? Yeah, I think it'd be better if we just get a bigger roller. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to roll the field to create what's called a seed bed. Now you can do direct seed drill, which that's an option for you so that you don't have to do cultivating and all that stuff. But we're going to take you through this way just to kind of let you guys see this from a basic perspective. All right, so first thing we're going to do here is we're going to roll the field. Now, if you notice, if you go in the top right corner where it says filters, let's get to our field right here. All right, now see this right here? It says seed bed, and it's got that little green, light green section. That'll show you if your seed bed is good or not. All right, there's the last bit for our seed bed. Let's fold this up. Okay, so you see that's all the light blue or green. Okay, so that means this field now is ready to accept seed. Okay, now what we're going to do at this point is we're going to I think this one's fertilizer. Let's see. Actually, let's see if this field's fertilized. It does have fert on it already. That's right, we did the fertilizing already. Okay, so now we're going to hook up our seeder, and what we're going to do is we're going to put in this crop right here. Okay, it's called oilseed radish. Now what we're going to do for this is a quick crop that you can drop in. It usually takes one day for it to put leaves out. And what it's going to do is it's going to show up on here as, it'll be like little leaf sprouts that'll come out of the ground. And what's good is that will still work as a mulch. So once we get that in, we're going to sleep. We'll get to the next day, and that'll allow us to then mulch it so that we can use it as a mulch stage. Trying to look to see where our house is. Yeah, I think it's right there. Are we able to? Just want to see if we're able to sleep. Yeah, looks like we can. Cool. I didn't know if I set that up yet. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm only going to do half the field so that you guys can see the difference. And I'm only going to do half the field with the second stage of fert so that you guys will see what happens when you do it, what happens when you don't. Okay? All right, so that's it for that right there. There we go. Okay, so we have our field. Remember, we created the field. We then put fertilizer on the field. Okay. And now we rolled the field to get our seed bed. And now we just put down our oilseed radish. Now we're going to roll that. Actually, I could probably just hit that with the bigger one. Get that in one shot. Close to one shot anyway. Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll get it in one go. Okay. Okay, so that's finished. Okay. Now, all we need to do is go to our home. We're going to sleep. Till the next morning. Okay. How many days? Forget how many days we had set here. Hold on. That's one day. Why did it not? What came up? Sleep. There we go. Now it's going through. That was weird. It kind of started to sleep and then it stopped. Okay. So we go here. We're going to sleep to the next day. Now I only have it set for 1 day per month, so that's going to get us to the next month. Okay. So now you'll see we have our oilseed radish. Okay. And then this side of the field, remember, we didn't do anything. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our mulcher. And we're just going to go through and we're going to mulch this up right here. Now, if you notice, before we were at 72 and 42%. Now we're at 87 and 75. See, 71%. Let's take a look at this row. This is the row he's doing next. 72%, 42%. We're just going to move to the side. We'll let him go by. 72, 42. Remember that. $83.67. Okay. And now over here, all we have is our fertilizing that we've done. One stage, that's it. We're not doing any mulching. We're not going to do any more fertilizing over here. We're going to leave this side alone. We will seed it, but that's all we're going to do. Okay? All right, he's going to be on his last pass. Okay, and that's it right there. Okay, now the ground texture change here. That's just from the in the back here. These rollers right here kind of give it a nice smooth finish over the little rows, right? Okay, so over here you can see now fertilization reads 83%. Now the yield, you don't see anything for yield because now there's no more crop in the ground. Okay? All right, so that's finished. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get our seeder. Oh, there goes our roller. And our roller decided it was going to roll and then turn right in front of our seeder. How about that? To be fair, it is sloped, so not surprised. Okay, so now we're going to go back to wheat. So now this field has been plowed, fertilized, rolled, mulched, and now we're ready to seed again. This time we're going to use our wheat because we're going to try and replicate that field there that I showed you. So now that's going to show that we have wheat in the ground. Yield bonus right now, 89%. Oh, wait, 93% with a fertilization of 92%. And these numbers, for the most part, they're going to be identical across the field. Sometimes with brand new fields, you'll get a little bit of a differential, based on um, how the field, what the field had in before it. Some areas, if you plow it or cultivate it or disc harrow, it'll count as a fertilizing stage. So sometimes these numbers will be a little wonky from one row to the next. See how they kind of change as I move, right? That'll happen sometimes. Once you get your field balanced, which could take a couple harvests, 2. Sometimes with grass it can take 3. But once you get it balanced and you have your normal routine, right, then you'll start to see those numbers almost, look identical unless you, miss some spots or you have some issues. But for the most part, after your second harvest of your basic crops, they'll tend to balance out. Okay, so right here, we're just going to take, he just finished the row that has everything done to it so far. So we're going to use this, 88%, 82. And let's let him go by. Okay, so again, we're going to go right here. 88, 84, 70, 42. Okay, so you see our yield bonus because of the fertilizing and no mulching has been greatly reduced. We're at almost 80. We're at 87, and over here we're at 68. Okay, so it's a huge difference in the amount of crop that you're going to get when this is ready to harvest. Okay. Now this video here will be a little bit longer because we have a longer process to do, but we're gonna take you through everything here on getting your field prepared and getting it ready to harvest. Okay, so this is for everybody out there who has some trouble with you know, getting their field to 100%, or you know, they're not sure of what routine to put together. Now, everything that you see going on here is based off of what I do on a regular basis when I play Farm Sim, right? This is the methods and the routines that I use every playthrough. Okay, so that's done. Now, as you saw when we stood on the field, it will say needs rolling, or if you go to your filter, you'll see that has the blue, which over here means needs rolling, right? If I turn that off, turn it back on, that needs to be rolled. Now, from what I've heard in real life, sometimes, you know, you don't have to do all this stuff on some farms. It really depends on the soil. So, you know, some stuff that you have to do in game is just because it has to make the math work out, doesn't necessarily mean in real life this is how it comes down. But, you know, you have to do what you have to do in here to get it to work. So I would recommend that you just get used to the to the habit of doing it. Let's see, I might leave that line there just so we know where our mark was. You'll probably be able to see it in the growth of the crop, but I'll leave that just in case. And let's go right about here. Okay, that's rolled. And then the last thing we're going to do on that one side is we're going to do the fertilizing. Let's see if this is fert. Yes, it is. Now, I can change the width of this. Change work width. Okay, because I don't want it going on the other side. So let's see how wide this is right here. Yeah, there we go. Now you see how it's a little spotty, right? Doesn't cover the entire field. That's because, remember I said with new fields, you'll have some hiccups here and there. Well, this is the kind of stuff that you'll get, right? Hmm. Let me see something here. Oh, you know what? That wasn't our mulcher. That's that is a power harrow. All right. Okay. Well, we goofed on that one, chat. Or yeah, that's only going to be at 98%. I thought that was the our power our mulcher, but it wasn't. That needs 200, doesn't it? What is this? Wow. Alright, that's unfortunate. Okay. Well, that stinks. That's a little embarrassing. Alright, let's go up here. We'll sleep, just so you guys can see what this turns into. Alright, well, I apologize, folks. I thought that was my mulcher. It wasn't. So it didn't get mulched, it just got cultivated. That's why that's not at 100%. And then all we're going to do here is we're going to go to this, see how this is green and over here growing, right? So we have to sleep until it's ready for harvest. That kind of stinks. I'm sorry about that, guys. But to be fair, it will show you. Um, if you do it on your farms, you do the mulching. Make sure you use a mulcher, not a power harrow. Um, yeah, I don't know why I have that power harrow there, but at any rate, um, you'll use your mulcher, and it will give you the 100%. I promise you. Wow, that was embarrassing. I am new to doing tutorials, so I do apologize. I thought I had that set up correctly, but I didn't, as you can see. Okay, we should have one more month, and that stuff will take months. So if you have your settings for like 5 days, you're going to have to go through 5 days before the end of the month, and then so it's going to take you that much longer. I usually set mine to 1 or 2 days max. Oh no, we got one more month. Just depends on how you want to do your playthrough. You can set it to real time, 1 day, and just get, everything done within that 1 day. Or you can set it to multiple days. There we go. Okay. So now, all right, so here it is, 100%, 98%, and then on the other side, 72%, 41%. Okay, so that is going to significantly decrease the amount of crop that you're going to pull. Now in the old farm sims, this crop here on this side would actually be lower than this one. So you would actually see a height difference, right? But this side here you can see was 100%, 98% yield. We're only taking a 2% loss over here, okay? And then on this side of the field we're taking, well, in this area, we're taking a 29% loss, okay? So that's pretty significant, okay? But, like I said, those are things that if you want to do it, you do it. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. But just keep in mind that getting 98% off of a field, versus 66%, like in this row, and you have 69% in that row, 65, 63, right? If you do not set your field up correctly, you will take huge losses. All right, I mean, that's 63%. That's a 37% decrease in yield. So that's pretty significant. And then, like I said, this should have been 100%, but our mulch situation did not happen, but that was my fault. But, it is what it is. This field over here, we do have 98% and 100. So, yeah, I really appreciate it. I hope this video has helped you. Please remember, hit the like button, hit subscribe, leave comments below. If you have any questions on anything else, please leave them in the comment section. Let me know what you want to know about the game. I'll try and put a video together to help those that are looking to get help. And in the next episode, you will see us go ahead and harvest. And what I'll try to do is I'll try to harvest this field so that we can see the difference. We'll do one row, right, on this side. We'll get rid of it. And then we'll do one row on this side, and we'll see how much we get. Just so you can see what happens numbers-wise. And then after that's done, we'll harvest the whole field. We'll do both, I guess. And I'll show you what you can do to reset that field. Now that you see the way it's a little bit jumbled over here, right? We have a good side, a bad side. And we'll see. All right. So look, guys, I really appreciate it. Hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful time today. Look forward to seeing you again. And as always, be good, be safe, be blessed. This is Crew, and I'm out.